Hello, guys. Welcome to Sporting and Out. And today we'll be talking about the English Premier League. Before we start, if you have not liked, if you have not subscribed, please go and do that now. And we'll be starting with the EPL this season. What do you think about the EPL this season? Yes, this season, particularly this match day, is a match day that I'm actually really, really sad. We'll be talking about why I'm sad. Very much later in this particular video. And but it has been an exciting season. Some teams that we expect to win games are not winning games. Some teams that we expect to lose games are winning. So we can actually say that this season has actually been an up and down season. Yeah, you said up and down season. It has been once, let's just say, season of adventure. We have seen the likes of Liverpool losing games, Manchester United not being consistent in their games. Also, Arsenal only at the top. I really want Arsenal to actually be take the league this season because I see that consistency in Arteta's football, and Arteta 5 seasons without winning a trophy. I think this season should actually be one of the seasons that they should win the Premier League this season. I think Arsenal has the Arsenal to actually get that. So right now we'll be going to the results for match week 12, and so starting with the games that were played on the 22nd of November 2025, and it started with the game between Burnley versus Chelsea, which ended 2 goals to 0 in favor of Chelsea. Crystal Palace defeated Wolves in Wolves home 2 goals to 0. Nottingham Forest defeated Liverpool at Anfield. That game ended 3 goals to 0. Fulham defeated Sunderland. That game ended 1 goal to 0. Brighton defeated Brentford 2 goals to 1. Bournemouth held West Ham on a 2-2 draw. Newcastle defeated Manchester City 2 goals to 1. Leeds United were defeated at home by Aston Villa. That game ended 2 goals to 1 as well. Arsenal defeated Tottenham Hotspur, who I thought would get a point in that game. That game ended 4 goals to 1. And Manchester United were defeated by Everton with a red card. That game ended 1 goal to 0. First of all, we'll be talking about the game of the week. Let's just say that's Manchester United versus Everton. Everton actually had a red card at the beginning of the game and still won this game 1 goal to 0. What do you think about the game? That's why I said it's a sad day for Manchester United. They actually made me sad. Everyone now knows the reason why I'm sad. The match was a game that Manchester United deserved to win. But is it a Manchester United going back to square one? Because it looked like we were not able to play as well as the side called Everton in that particular game. And for me, I just blame it on, or I say I raise a hat for the goalkeeper Pickford, the goalkeeper that has not conceded a goal in the World Cup qualifiers. Now is doing it for his side, the Everton side. And for me, I can actually say that's very good one for him. Unfortunate for Manchester United, Lemmy actually conceded just one goal in that particular game. Manchester United, yeah. Have we gone back to that Manchester United that we didn't want to see? Just a single job Manchester United needed to do. Actually, give me a smooth birthday gift. Is actually to win Everton, but it didn't happen. I think Pickford showed class. He showed the reason why he hasn't conceded a goal in the World Cup qualifiers, and we know Pickford to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world. I think he needs to actually get his flowers right now because I think the Ballon d'Or needs to actually recognize Pickford as the best goalkeeper in the world right now because he has actually done a lot um, during at the end of the game against Everton. That's the game against Manchester United. We saw a lot of saves that he made. For me, I feel he was the man of the match, even if there was a goal scorer in that game, but I feel he was the man of the match. He had a lot of saves. We saw some dying minutes positions that Bruno Fernandes actually got those shots in, but it was actually caught by Pickford. It was the Chelsea player, the former Chelsea player, Dusbury, that actually got the goal in that particular game. Manchester United have not lost to Everton in 12 years. In 12 years, and unfortunately losing at home at Old Trafford to Everton this particular season. I think Ruben Amorim actually has a lot of work to do. Yeah, what do you think about Jack Grealish? Jack Grealish, everybody has said he's a special player coming from Manchester City. Do you think Jack Grealish will be integrated to the England squad back, seeing his performance this season? Yes, Jack Grealish being a very special player, we know what he has done for that particular side. I don't even believe that Jack Grealish should have actually been a bench warmer in the Manchester City side that he was last season. Now we see that another man's poison is another man's food, like how they always say it. And now is the food of Everton, someone that was a player that they don't really use in in the Manchester City side. We even saw the impact he played in their treble win, but the next season he was not being used like how it was meant to be used. We're seeing them using Foden, Haaland a lot in that particular side. Yeah, one thing about Jack Grealish is the fact that he knows how to maneuver his way. He knows how to get those assists and some goals into the net, and we saw him do it at Manchester City. We're seeing him doing it right now. Jack Grealish, one special player for Everton, and yes, he's actually doing well. Yes, how about Liverpool losing that particular game? Liverpool losing to Nottingham Forest 3 goals to nothing. Have Liverpool gone even with all the signings, over 400 million being signed, used to sign players this last season? What do you think about the Liverpool squad? Now we are hearing that Liverpool FC are preparing to a record bid of 159 million for PSG's Joan Neves. I think Liverpool are looking more on stars than looking more on quality of players. But Neves is actually a special player, quality player coming from Portugal and PSG. Is actually doing well for himself. I think for me, I don't want him to actually pick Liverpool as the team that he will be going to next. He should actually pick another side, because we're seeing what's happening to Alexander Isak and the likes of the players that Liverpool actually got. They are not really performing up to the standard, and we know if you are in a club like Liverpool, he's in a club like he's in a club that is PSG right now. People are not really seeing some flaws. People are seeing that star player, star quality in him. I think if he goes to Liverpool, I think those qualities that he did not have, that probably was hiding in PSG, will definitely come out. People will definitely start looking at the negative rather than the positive in him, in the player. Yeah. So I think he needs to actually go to a more secure club, a better club, to play good football. Yes, I think Hans Slot, it's time for him to leave the club, Liverpool. We saw what he did last season, but a lot of people had the argument last season because he met a squad, yeah, and he used this. He met Jurgen Klopp's squad in that particular side. That was why he won that. So will you say that Darwin Núñez was an important player for Liverpool, because we know Darwin Núñez, a lot of people actually insulted him. They criticized him that he wasn't a good player, and he was scoring goals. He was actually one of the top scorers for Liverpool last season. Yeah, he was, but he was not being used. So we cannot really say he was one important player. The most important player for them last season was Mo Salah, yeah, and Alexander Isak, and now Isak is out of the team. We see what Diaz is doing in Bayern Munich this season. Diaz is actually playing spectacular football, yeah, in Bayern this particular season, and now we see he was the one that actually got those goals in their last Champions League game that he got a red card. So we can actually say that Diaz is actually one of the best players that they lost, yeah, and they were meant to still maintain keeping that same team that won the league. Now he sold all the players and focused on him. One other question is, do you think they found a replacement for Diogo Jota? Because may his soul rest in peace. After Diogo Jota got after what happened to Diogo Jota, I think Liverpool has not gotten that reading. They've not gotten a player to replace Diogo Jota in that team. Yes, I think Jota actually affected them. The mistake they made was actually giving up Luis Diaz and Alexander Alexander Arnold before Jota's death. They could have said that, oh, since Jota died, they could actually get the player. Diaz is not going, but they had already sold them before Jota. We saw Chelsea wanted to do it for Nicolas Jackson, where he said, he's not going to come back, that he will stay. And we see he's actually playing special football in Bayern Munich, and he has the opportunity to win trophies. Chelsea, I wouldn't say Chelsea does not have the opportunity to win trophies. Yes, they are the Club World Cup winners, but Nicolas Jackson also was a Club World Cup winner. So you can say yes, he's a star boy. He's a star quality. He's doing well at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich currently topping the table in the Bundesliga. They've not lost a game in the Bundesliga, so they are showing that quality in that stage. Yeah, let's quickly talk about the Manchester United coach. 55 matches played, 21 wins, 20 losses, and 14 draws. Yes, 15, 21 wins, 20 losses, and 14 draws. What do you think about Ruben Amorim? That's actually a poor start. But for me, I would actually give Ruben Amorim time, because I've been seeing. We saw he got the player, the manager of the month for October, and he was actually playing special football. He didn't lose a game in that month. He won 3 games back to back, and he actually got, for him to actually win the manager of the month, is showing you that is a work in progress. It's actually showing you that and we know what he met in Manchester United. We know where Eric Ten Hag left Manchester United and where he started picking up Manchester United from. Though finished 15th on the log, but Manchester United is actually a work in progress. Currently 10th position on the table. I think Manchester United is going to go higher than that 10th position. I think I would just give him time to actually prove himself as the coach. Speaking on time, we're going to be moving on to the table of the match after match day 12. So Arsenal topping the table with 29 points, Chelsea second with 23 points, Manchester City 22 points, Aston Villa with 21 points, Crystal Palace with 20 points. That they are number 5. Number 6, we have Brighton with 19 points. We have Sunderland with number 7 with 19 points. We have Bournemouth on number 8 with 19 points. Number 9, we have Tottenham Hotspur with 18 points. Manchester United also sitting on number 10 with 18 points. Everton that defeated Manchester United with a red card. Number 11 with 18 points. Liverpool, number 12, very unfortunate side with 18 points. Brentford, number 13 with 16 points. Newcastle, number 14 with 15 points. Fulham, number 15 with 14 points. Nottingham Forest, number 16 with 12 points. Nottingham Forest defeated Liverpool, remember. And number 17, West Ham with 11 points. Leeds United, number 18 on the relegation zone with 11 points. Burnley, number 19 with 10 points. Wolves have just picked up 2 points this season. They are number 20, last on that table. I doubt that they are not going to face relegation this season. And we'll be moving quickly to the next match fixtures. And that game is going to be the round number 13. That's the match day 13 of the EPL this particular season, the 2025-2026 season. And the game will be starting on the 29th of November 2025, 4 p.m. And that game between Brentford versus Burnley. And we also have 4 p.m. on that same day, Manchester City versus Leeds United. On that same day, by 4 p.m. too, we have Sunderland will be taking on Bournemouth, and Everton will be taking on Newcastle when the time is 6:30 p.m. And that same day, 9 p.m., we'll be seeing the game between Tottenham versus Fulham. And on the 30th, Manchester United will be starting that game, Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. Let's see what's going to happen in that particular game. That game will be on Sunday, 30th of November, 1 p.m. Aston Villa will be taking on Wolves by 3 p.m. That game will be held on that same Sunday. And Nottingham Forest will be taking on Brighton on the 30th of November, 3 p.m. And also 3 p.m. we have West Ham versus Liverpool. Let's see if Liverpool can go back to winning ways. And we have the biggest match of the week on that same 30th. That's 5:30. We have the game between Chelsea versus Arsenal. Yeah, we'll be starting our analysis from the game between Chelsea versus Arsenal. Yeah, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Arsenal top side. They are lonely at the top right now, leading the table with 4 points. And Chelsea also currently. Second. That's first versus second. First versus second. It's actually a good one, a good matchup. I think Arsenal will be edging that game because they have the star qualities, and Chelsea as well. They don't Chelsea. They don't have those injury scares. Arsenal has some injury scares. Martinelli is actually Gabriel is actually injured, and we know without Gabriel in the team, Arsenal really needs him or to that team. But they have Bukayo Saka, they have Eberechi Eze who actually scored the hat trick in their last game. Yes, I think Arsenal would edge that game. But I won't give any predictions yet. But I see Arsenal edging the game. Yes, speaking on Eberechi Eze, I think he's one important player in this particular game. Chelsea can actually show Arsenal a little bit of problems. But Chelsea at home, Stamford Bridge. Wow, I can't really say who's going to win that particular game. Don't forget, this is not the first time Eberechi Eze will be facing the Chelsea side. He faced them at the beginning of the season, the first game of the season, where he played with Crystal Palace before he got sold to Arsenal this season. He actually played classic football. They actually drew that game between Crystal Palace and that game. So it's just showing you the star quality that Eberechi Eze actually has, and he knows how to play Chelsea, and he has been doing it, and this is not the first time, and this is not the last time we'll do. Yes, I think this is the first time we'll see a player playing against two teams, against one team with two uniforms in this particular league. Special player Eberechi Eze. They needed him in Arsenal. And let's just see what Arsenal. I'm actually going to be supporting Arsenal in this particular game, but I can actually say Chelsea can actually prove to be a threat. Let's quickly move on to another game: Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. Then we'll be talking about the game between Tottenham versus Fulham. Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. Manchester United are going to Crystal Palace home. That's an away game for Manchester United. We have been seeing terrible football that Manchester United has been playing. This month we had two draws and a loss. It's actually a disappointing run for Manchester United this month. I think this was just not the month for opposite of last month. It's opposite of last month. Last month we won all our games, and this month is actually getting to be draws and loss for Manchester United. I just hope Manchester United has that ability to defeat Crystal Palace this time, because we know Crystal Palace is not a small side, and they drew Chelsea, and they defeated Liverpool, and we know what they can actually do in games like this. Just hope Manchester United, Brian Mbeumo, actually steps up, and they should put their heads up high from the loss with the red card from the Everton side, and actually focus on the next game. Yes, for me, the Crystal Palace versus Manchester United game. Crystal Palace has Mateta, and we see what Mateta is doing in every game. Mateta is not a player that you can actually overlook. So I'm actually going to say that Manchester United should actually be scared. Can Manchester United win this game? There's a high probability of Manchester United winning if Brian Mbeumo comes up with his A game. Zexi is not a striker. I think we should stop making him look like a striker. Zexi gets to the front of goal and doesn't convert. It's just like Garnacho. One other player that needs to step up his game is actually Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has been doing it. He's doing it in the assist side, and he should actually step up his game. He has actually been loose guarding in some ways. I think Bruno Fernandes, once he reaches the peak of his of the football, he can actually play better. I think Bruno Fernandes needs to actually step up in this game. There's exciting features that you just mentioned, and I think that's where we'll be drawing the curtains for this particular EPL episode. And don't forget, you can bet on 1xBet using our promo code Sporting and Out, SPORTINANDOT Sporting and Out, and get up to 300% bonus while using our promo code. And don't forget, this is an above 18 ad. If you're not up to 18, please don't bet. Thank you responsibly.
Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Please like, share, and subscribe.